Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be sharing with you our amazing trip in New Zealand. Let's get started. New Zealand is an island country in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. It consists of two main land masses, the North Island and the South Island. Generally speaking, the North Island is for those who enjoy city culture or marine history, whereas the South Island is for those who prefer to spend a lot of time in nature. There are many lakes, mountains, fjords, and glaciers to explore on the South Island. We are making our first trip to New Zealand. Like most visitors, we like to spend more time on South Island. So we decided to stay on North Island for 2 days, and for the following 8 days, we will take our time on South Island. On the first day, we joined a small group to Hobbiton Movie Set from Auckland Central. It takes 2 hours to get there. Along the way, we could see long stretches of green lawns and farms, which greatly impressed me. Hobbiton Movie Set is one of the most popular attractions on Neither Island in New Zealand. It was an obscure ship film until Peter Jackson's team visited there. They quickly realized that the Hobbitons had found a home. Whoa, look at these tiny bottles! The gentle music is starting to come through. As we get closer to the house, it's time to relax with a beer. On day 2, we flew to Queenstown from Auckland. The views above the sky are incredibly stunning. These snow-capped mountains are so close. The snow is like frosting on cakes. It's just like a sightseeing flight. We are now at Queenstown, just walking around the lake. It's so peaceful and picturesque. Good morning, Queenstown! Today we will do something exciting. It's a self-guided bike tour that starts from Hobbiton and ends in Gippsland. Before we started, the guide gave us instructions on how to use the e-bikes and the map. The orange line on this map is the one we need to follow. Passing by Kowaro Bridge, it's a famous bungee jumping spot. We won't jump today, but we can watch others jumping. We are now at Queenstown Winery, and I can't wait to visit the largest wine cave in New Zealand and taste some local wines. But before that, I'm going to enjoy lunch under these cherry blossom trees. The surroundings are extremely lovely. On the first day, we drove to Wānaka and spent a few hours there. We also stopped by Deer Park High to feed animals before heading back to Queenstown. Wānaka is 1 hour's ride away. We took the longer route because it's much easier to drive. As soon as we got there, I was drawn to the stunning lakefront. Compared to Queenstown, it's less crowded and more relaxed. To be honest, I regret coming here for just one afternoon. It's not only a beautiful town that deserves further exploration, but also a laid-back place to unwind. We went to Wānaka and got a nice picture before we left. Deer Park Heights is a farm situated near Queenstown. From the summit, we can have a breathtaking bird's-eye view of Queenstown. The most exciting part was feeding animals. We saw pigs, goats, sheep, alpacas, miniature horses, and more animals. We got a bucket of feeding food with a $2 coin. Many goats came towards us when we were feeding. They were so cute and friendly. When we had to go because we ran out of food, the goats continued to follow us. It's so sweet.
I hope this moment never ends. It feels so good out on the road and on my own. Waking up, no strings attached, no looking back from ocean waves to desert skies and summer nights. I know. Like to be free, chasing butterflies and floating on the breeze. I got no doors, I need no keys. Another world to be seen. It feels so good out on the road and on my own. Waking up, no strings attached.
We took TSS Onslow to Walter Picker High Country Farm to have a guided horseback track. It's an iconic vintage steamship. We can sip coffee while taking in the stunning views of the lake and surrounding mountains during the cruises. After we got off from the steamship, the guide took us to the stable and demonstrated how to ride a horse.
To go. No kicks like John Wayne, just that'll make the horse walk. Turn left, pull left. Turn right, pull right, stopping as gently. Pump, pump, pump.
Then, the guide led us along a trail to a scenic lookout. I was super anxious at first because I had no riding experience before, but soon I forgot my worries and had fun steering the horse with the rein. My horse was eating grasses from time to time. I had to try my best to stop her so she could keep going. After completing our horseback track, we crossed the farm to the restaurant. Then we would enjoy our afternoon tea and wait for our steamship to return. We couldn't wait to rest in a hot pool after returning to Queenstown. It's the best way to unwind after a tiring day.
Kept inside so long, I've lost sight of right and wrong. When you left an open door, I couldn't help but explore. So I took off with no plan, thinking I could find a friend, saying hi and shaking hands. I hope this moment
a beautiful ride, we reached Mount Cook village. Our first stop was the visitor center. It's the most beautiful visitor center I've ever seen. For me, the most impressive thing is the 4 black books that chronicle the lives of those who died in Mount Cook National Park. Never underestimate the latent power of nature. Later, we left the village and drove to Hook Ferry Track entry. It's only 8 minutes by car. There are lots of tracks available here. The most popular route is Hook Ferry Track due to its moderate length and spectacular views. The track leads up the Hook Ferry and along the Hook River, crossing 3 swing bridges and ending at a gorgeous glacier lake. Now we are at the first swing bridge. It's so fun to walk on the swing bridge. We can feel it swing and hear the sound of the glacier water flowing beneath. Every time we reached a lookout, we took lots of photos. I suppose we spent half of time on the photos instead of walking. At the end of Hook Ferry Track is a glacier lake. There are several benches where visitors can take a break. It's unfortunate that in late spring the lake doesn't have any floating ice. However, the scenery along the way is already satisfactory. We basically drove around Lake Pukaki from Mount Cook village to Lake Tekapo. Lake Pukaki is vibrant bright blue, no matter how gloomy the sky is. The blue comes from the glacial flower, an ultra-fine rock dust ground up by the Tasman and Hook glaciers. The glacial flower is suspended in the water, painting it sky blue. Like Lake Pukaki, Lake Tekapo is equally beautiful. At the southern end of the lake is a small and quiet town. It's popular for the Church of Good Shepherd and stargazing.
鸭子水波，哎呀，被淹了，好吧。孤独的鸭鸭。看着游到哪里？不知道啊，大家游到哪里去了？
Besides the lake is a playground. Children are playing while others sit on the benches. There are so many seagulls gathering together. Because our helicopter tour was cancelled, we had some spare time to unwind by such a blue lake, which made for a lovely encounter. You can see the sea cloud at dusk. It's even getting worse at midnight, so the stargazing tour was also cancelled. This day should be the highlight of our trip. However, I'm not sad because it also gives us another reason to come back.
What it feels like to be free, chasing butterflies and floating on the breeze. I got no doors, I need no keys. Another world to be seen. It feels so good out on the road and on my own, waking up now. Strings attached, no looking back from ocean waves to desert skies and summer nights. I know the road is my home.
Christchurch has earned furious titles through the years. The most English city outside England and the garden city of New Zealand. We bought a pondy and one-day tram pass combo to explore the city. It truly deserves these reputations.